Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Mashana, founder of Blind Techie Geek Speaks. I will discuss the New York State United Teachers Disconnected Conference that happened on September 20th in today's episode. Governor Kathy Hochul spoke about cell phone use among students in school. She said, quote, "Cell phones are taking over human interaction. Hochul wants kids to have a childhood." She stated, quote, "I want kids to be kids again." Hochul also stated, quote, "I want them to talk to each other in the hallways." Quote, "I want them to yell and talk to each other in the schoolyard." In my opinion, having a phone in school is necessary in today's world because children can keep in touch with their families in an emergency. After reading articles and hearing about the New York State United Teachers Disconnected Conference on the news, I understand where Governor Kathy Hochul is coming from. One thing I did not like is she did not address students with disabilities and medical issues during the conference. For example, if a child has diabetes and needs to use their phone to monitor their blood sugar and insulin levels, or if schools cannot afford to provide assistive technology for nonverbal students, they might need their phones to communicate with others to get through the school day. I feel Governor Kathy Hochul is not considering the whole population. You cannot put everybody under the same category. She should make some exceptions to certain students' needs. I'm interviewing my former technology teacher from when I was in high school, Miss Tina Peretti. Welcome to the show, and I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm very happy to be here.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you can make it. What do you think about Governor Kathy Hochul's ideas about cell phone use among students in schools?
Well, I think it's something that needs to be discussed. The usage of cell phones does need to be regulated to a certain degree, I believe. But I can't really speak to Governor Hochul's ideas about the use of cell phones in schools because I can't find anything online that specifically states what her policy would be. It indicates from what I've been able to read that she is interested in placing a ban on cell phone usage. But is it a complete ban? Is it a partial ban? Is it under certain circumstances? And that's very important and critical to implement any kind of policy regarding cell phones.
I have to agree. There's not a lot of information out there. Do you think students should be allowed to use a cell phone in the classroom?
I absolutely do believe that students should be allowed to use a cell phone in the classroom under very specific circumstances and at the teacher's request and with a teacher's permission. As a technology teacher, I find many occasions where my students are required to use their cell phone. That is part of what I need to teach them. And when you have students with special needs, it's especially important that a student know how to use a cell phone, and in order to accomplish certain tasks during class, they would need their cell phone. For example, if my students are writing a document on their iPads or on their computers, and they need to find the correct spelling of a word, it's very easy, and it's a good skill to use this tool to ask Siri or Google to give them the correct spelling. And a secondary device just simply makes it easier for them so they don't lose their place in a document or their train of thought. So I really do believe that there is an appropriate use for cell phones in a classroom at certain times.
I have to agree, and you're right. Do you agree or disagree with Governor Hochul?
Well, again, I need to know the specifics of the policy that she would want to implement, and no information to that is available at this point in time. But I do agree with Ms. Hochul, Governor Hochul, that we do need to have some kind of policy in place that will curtail and control and specify exactly when and under what circumstances a student can use a cell phone during their time at school.
I love your input, and it's really amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to speak with me in regards to the New York State United Teachers Disconnected Conference. I hope you enjoyed listening to today's episode and learned something new. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Kathleen.
You're very welcome.